Welcome to another video. Oh my gosh, Anya, thank you. Sorry. Welcome to another video. This is created by MSC, which is me. And today I am all in the Christmas spirit. My best friend has been showing me so many cute things. She's making stockings, she's making a tree skirt, and so I found this dress on Pinterest. I'll show it. And it's so cute. It reminds me of a present. And I really wanted to do it in like a deep red. But I have this leftover pink fabric and I've really been trying to go through my stash and not buy more fabric. So I have this really pretty pink, kind of like pearlescent. I already have it cut out, but basically what I'm doing is I'm using a pattern off of Mood Fabrics. If you guys didn't know, you can go to moodfabrics.com and they have a pattern section and all of their patterns are free. All you have to do is sign up for their newsletter. And this is not an ad. I don't have anyone sponsoring me or anything. I'm just telling you, that's where you can go and get free patterns. So basically I'm using their pattern, but I'm altering it because I want it to be longer and the sleeves to be a bit different, and I'm adding in the sash part for the bow. I'm going to tell you what the pattern is called though. The Allium dress. A-L-L-I-U-M. Anyways, so that's what I'm doing, and I am going to be French seaming everything. Basically how French seaming works is that you put your wrong sides together and you sew that way it's showing on the right side of the fabric. Then you cut off the seam allowance. You're sewing it at 1/4 of an inch first. You cut off 1/8 of an inch and then you iron it, fold it so that way it sandwiches that raw edge in. And then you sew that at 1/4 of an inch too, so that way that is all encased. So basically your seam allowance needs to be 1/2 an inch if you are sewing that. Oh, I'm also going to be using, it's a knit. I'm very cautious of knits. I'm very scared of knits, honestly. I'm not very good at them, and my comfort zone is cottons and wovens and flannel and stuff that doesn't stretch very much, and so I'm suspicious of this, but it's honestly a fairly simple design, and so I think it'll be fine. I'm also going to be using Microtex needle, and basically that's just for knits that are like super tightly woven, so it should be going through easier. So another thing is that for knits, just so you know, in school they always told me that for knits you need to also lengthen your stitch length. So usually a standard stitch length is about 2.25 to 2.5 meters, like every stitch is about that far apart. And then for knits though, you probably want to do about 3 to 3.5 instead on your machine. You'll see whenever you're changing the stitch length. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It's a knit. I'm scared. What else is new? So yeah, it is going to be French seamed, which also means that every single seam is sewn twice. Okay, but hopefully you can't see my toes. Anyway, so I wanted to explain a little bit more about the pattern and how I came up with it. So basically, oh, here comes Betsy. Oh, yeah, Betsy, okay. So you can't be right here. You're blocking the view, baby. I know, you are the view, but come over here. Come over here. I know, okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can lay right there. Okay, sorry, hopefully Betsy isn't blocking it too much, but oh, there's little Anya. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to explain is that what I did is originally the dress pattern ends here, where the white is, sorry. And then I extended it to the yellow, that way it, Anya, please, don't do that. Okay, thank you. Holy, if I could talk without the animals interrupting me. The yellow part is what I extended. You can see here, this is the sleeve. The reason why it's cut up into that is that is how you add volume to your sleeve. Just telling you that way you're not confused. But anyway, I in school took a pattern making class, and so that's how I got all these things. Sorry, Betsy's on my microphone cord. Okay, that's just how it's gonna be. So anyway, this is the back, that's the front. These are facing pieces. That's the sleeve. This is the bottom ruffle, and then this right here, because that is going to be the bow piece. I'm actually thinking about, because I didn't have enough fabric to cut out, I needed 4 of them because I wanted them to be this wide, but I think what I'm going to have to end up doing is actually fold it in half and cut it because I was also thinking that I might add in some lace trim to the bow sashes. Bow sash. Anyway, I don't know, but as that way it's like sandwiched in. I think that'd be really cute. So I've been thinking about that. So we'll see if I end up doing that, but we'll see. Now, this dress pattern ends above my knee and that ruffle will end probably mid calf, which is where I want it. So we'll see, because I love midi length dresses, are my favorite. This is a fairly easy pattern to recreate, and if you're curious about how to do that, or if there's some dresses that you'd like to recreate or you want help kind of brainstorming through, please comment down below. Like, leave me a comment, let me know. I'll try to help you out. Even if you want to email me or something, I can give you that too. Like, just please leave me questions, and I can see if I can help you. Because I mean, this is fairly easy, especially because I found the free pattern on Mood that was pretty dang similar to the dress that I wanted to recreate. And so if there's anything like that, or you're new to pattern making or anything like that and you have questions about it, and about like the technical side of it, please let me know, and I'll try my best to help you and give you the knowledge that I have. And if you have any tips or tricks or anything during this process, to please let me know. Like, I am always wanting to learn more. And so yeah, also, sorry if you're still here and watching that, thank you so much. And I really hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. Sorry, there's a lot of information that I'm giving you that you'll see as we do it. Sorry, I'm bending over because I don't know if you can see my face. You know that I'm scared about you not seeing my face whenever I'm talking, so I can't help it, I just am. Oh, and there's a dart too, and I've never done a dart knit, so I have no idea. I didn't work a lot with knits in school, so I don't know what I'm doing. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be good. Yep. Cool. See ya in the next clip. Oh my gosh, sorry. Oh my gosh, sorry. I don't hurt your paw. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, everyone. Oh gosh, I'm scared. Don't look at my feet. Don't look at my feet. Okay, thanks. Okay, so you can kind of see it on my pattern. Can you kind of see that? Yeah, okay. That line right there. It goes all the way up and down. So anyway, what you want to do is you want to mark it out on the wrong side of your fabric. You're going to match it up, and then I'm going to go along those holes that I made, and basically all I did to make the holes was I took my seam ripper and I poked into it like that to make the hole. Go in and just and kind of twist it around all along in there. Now, this is not a foolproof way, okay? If someone else tells you this is wrong, then sure, just do it their way. But I'm just saying that this is just simple, and you can mark them with like tracing paper and stuff, but it's so simple. And what I also always do is I'm going to hold it there, and I'm going to mice a pin along that line there at the bottom, pin it up. That way I know where those two ends are going to meet. Okay. Anya is meowing super loud, you might be able to hear her. So anyway, I'm going to pin it like that too. So then anyway, you can see those dots now. And these are the heat erasable ones. I know some people are scared of them, but it'll be okay. But basically, now I can go ahead and I'm going to pinch that, and some of them even match up. So that means that I can take my pin and I can poke it in this hole, poke it over there, and see, now they're matching, and pin it down like that. And then I can do it to these bottom ones as well. See, it doesn't match up like that. That's fine. That's usually how it goes. This fabric sometimes doesn't match up with it. but you can see this is straight down. Like it's straight right here. So like it matches up with this line and goes straight up there too. So that's good. That's what matters. And so I'm gonna match up those and then I'm gonna pin it. And yes, I do realize that I pinned these ones facing down and those ones facing up. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, everyone. Sometimes sewing is just about having fun and not doing everything how you're supposed to do it. I'm gonna fix it. Don't you worry. So now I can go ahead and sew that, and just so you know what you're gonna do for your dart specifically, because I know that I told you to sew it at a 3.5, 3 to 3.5. At the end here, you're going to decrease your stitch length. So if you're doing 3.5, maybe take it down to 3 or take it down to 2.5. You just need to take it down to a smaller stitch length, and I know it's knit, but hopefully because you'll be using either a microtex needle or a ballpoint needle, that taking it down and your stitch length right here should be fine. And then you're actually going to tie off that end and do a square knot and tie that off, and then you can just cut those little tails off really close to the knot and you should be good. Tying it just makes it look a lot cleaner than backstitching it. So now that that one's marked, I'm going to mark out my other one and then we'll sew. Okay, so these are the needles that I'm using. They're called Microtex. It's M-I-C-R-O-T-E-X, and I will link them as well. But I've usually only ever used ballpoint whenever I'm working with knits. I've actually never used a Microtex before, but I have heard that they're supposed to be really good for knits. So we will go ahead and give it a try. And if they're horrible, I'm so sorry that I told you to use it. But basically, what you're going to do is you always want to start your dart from the end. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and change my stitch length to the longest stitch I have, because I'm working with knits. You don't usually do that. Usually you just keep it at the 2.5 and go down to a smaller stitch length on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my needle down, and then I'm going to take out this. I probably should have put my needles the other way, like had the head of the pin up, but that's okay. Sorry, I'm grabbing my needles. My pins, needles. Let me just confuse you with all the words I'm using, as I always do. So then I'm going to start, and then I'm going to go down to my second lowest whenever I get out there. So this I am going to backstitch. Okay. And again, I am just following the dots I made. So this dot right here is the end. So I'm going to stop about ½ inch away. I'm going to stop it right here. And right there, about ½ inch, is where I'm going to change my stitch length to a smaller stitch length. So I'm going to stop, I'm going to change it to a smaller one, and then I'm going to go, and don't back stitch, okay? Keep your hand away from the back stitch. And I'm going to go until I'm at the very edge of my fabric. Make sure my needle is all the way up. And then I'm going to pull it out, snip it, and you want to make sure you leave it long enough to where you can make that knot. So then you're going to do one side over the other, and you're going to do the other side, do the opposite, do the other side over the other side. Then you can go ahead and you can cut that pretty close to the end. Yep. Goes like that, and then I honestly will probably snip off that end part, that way it just goes continually straight down, so that way it can match up well. But that's just a personal preference, you don't have to cut it off. Something that I did not mention, for your bust darts, you're always going to want to iron your bust darts down. I was also talking about earlier is that you can honestly just cut off this thing. This is going to hinder your ability to make it flush with it, and so I'm cutting it off. That is your own choice. You do not have to do that. If that scares you, then don't do it. But I'm doing it because I know that I'll just be annoyed with it whenever I'm sewing my side seams together. So anyway, speaking of side seams, that is time to not do your side seams here. You just want to do your shoulder seams before you do your side seams. So we're going to do our shoulder seams and then we'll do our side seams. So yep. Make sure to give yourself enough space to actually backstitch because it just bunched up so hard on me. Where are my scissors? Oh, they're over here. It's okay. It didn't bunch up that much. It's not that bad, but it is. It's not perfect. That's what my brain tells me. Recording in progress. Okay. Okay, that's the end of the night, and I just want to give you a little update. I had dinner, hung out with my husband, I showered, so I did work on it a little bit before I did all of that, and so I'll give you an update. I'm going to keep on sewing a little bit more, but I just wanted to update you guys a little bit. So I got the body of the dress all constructed, and so it's looking really cute. I feel like it fits me well. What I'm realizing is that with this front panel and back panel, I probably should have waited to do the side seams until I had the ruffles on there. But that's fine. I just did it so that way each of them, the side seams matched up, and that it's going to be gathered evenly all the way around. But yeah, just so you know, if you're doing this yourself, I wish I did that differently, but that's fine. So yeah, I'm going to attach this. I need to finish French seaming this side seam with the ruffle. Then I'm going to French seam it to the hem. So what I'm doing right now is basically, this is the dress behind me, and it's basically 100% done. I have to hem the bottom and I have to hem the sleeves. But what I'm working on right now is the bow part. And so oh sorry, hold on, Anya's playing with my cord.
Don't that, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is the bow, and basically what I was saying with the lace is that I'm going to sandwich it in. So with those panels, I ended up having to cut them in half, so they're a little bit narrower. They're not as wide as they were originally going to be, which is fine because I have the lace, and the lace is going to kind of poke out like this. I'll do a zoom in because it's super cute. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to machine baste the lace on it, and then I'll take the other piece and sandwich it. So whenever I turn it inside out, the raw edges will all be enclosed, and I'll give it a good press and it'll look really cute. So let me zoom in and I'll show you how I'm going to attach it while maintaining the French seam, as well as what I mean with turning it inside out and all of that. So one moment. Okay, hopefully you can see that a little bit better, but basically I've also had it hanging on, oh, I need to do the hem as well. I'm sorry, I mean the neckline, which I have facing for. So the neckline will be super easy. I'm just going to attach this, fold it in, iron it, and then understitch it, so that way it actually stays like folded under. What I'm saying about this is, sorry, let's do this up. So as you can see, I have attached the lace by these pins, these clips, and so it goes like that, makes the rectangle, it's all connected, and so I have it facing the right side of the fabric. It's all going in. That way I can then take this other right side of the fabric and I can sandwich that all in. So it's all sandwiched in there. So I can then take it and flip it inside out, and then these little edges will poke out and it'll basically look like that. So what I'm talking about though with the sleeve, with how I'm gonna like attach it, is, as you can see, I don't know if you actually can, so let me zoom in. So basically what I'm talking about is, see, this is all raw edges. So if we go on the inside, it looks finished. And so the reason why I did that is because then I'm gonna then take the raw edge of this, so it'll look like this. I'm gonna take the raw edge, and then it's gonna be all lace. It's gonna have a nice pretty finish at the end. This raw edge, imagine that's a raw edge, will be tucked in to the shoulder seam, and then I'll pinch it, and then I'll be sewing it in. So this seam allowance, I will probably actually, instead of sewing it at 1/4 of an inch, which is the normal. I think that I'll sew it at 1/2 just to make sure that I am completely catching this raw edge. Okay, so I have just finished machine basting all this lace on. So as you can see, whenever it's folded out, that'll be pretty much what it looks like. Okay? And it'll have this one on the other side, sandwiching it all in and looking really cute. As you can see, oh, slammed into my trash can. Oh my gosh, and my table. Holy. Okay. As you can see, all of those layers, that little lace part is sandwiched in there. That's what I mean by sandwiching it. I found that safety pin and I'm going to gently, there we go, see, it's working. So it's working. If you know where that's from, you should comment down below. I'll tell you the answer. Comment down below and then I'll tell you the answer. It's from pod racing. Star Wars, whenever they're pod racing. Anakin says that. Anyway, little baby Anakin. So I'm gonna keep on doing this. And now I can go ahead and just go like that. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful! Sorry. Not to toot my own horn. Well, that's pretty friggin' pretty. Okay. Yeah, see, I knew they were gonna be kind of weird like that. That's okay. Oh, this one's kind of not okay. That's kind of not okay. I might have to go in and unstitch that. Because that really... Wow, yeah, that one's really bad. So yeah, really not to toot my own horn. I actually meant that. Because, look at that. I totally sewed that down. I don't know. Oh, that's kind of disappointing. Anyway, so if you're doing this, just be aware, I guess. Anyway, so these are the straps, and it's going to be so cute and get tucked into the armhole, and then it's going to make a little bow, and then it's going to hang down like that. So cute! Oh my gosh, sorry. Sorry, that was really loud. That literally echoed through my house. So cute! Okay. Okay, oh my gosh, sorry, I'm so obsessed. I'm really sad about this, so just ignore that. And look at the rest of it. Oh my gosh, so cute! Oh, sorry, if you didn't know already from my other videos, that's all I say. I call everything cute. Everything, everyone is cute. So, anyway, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, so cute. Sorry, I'm obsessed, I'm obsessed. Okay, so basically I'm gonna fix that end and then I'm gonna do the exact same thing to the other strip. So, thanks, bye for now. It's been a couple of hours. And I am almost done with this dress. The last thing I have to do is this last sleeve, but I wanted to explain it. I added this lace at the top of the collar to stabilize it because the facing kept on poking up because the denim, this polyester is heavy and so it kept on pulling facing up. Okay, this is how I've attached the bow strap in there. And the way that I've done that is, I'm going to turn this one inside out. Like I said, I literally just sandwiched it in there. So I have it all clipped in, and then I'm going to sew it at the 1/2 inch seam allowance, which you can see here. It's all enclosed and it looks all beautiful. I feel like it is, it does look beautiful. And all French seamed, everything. Oh my gosh, I love it. So anyway, I'm going to finish up that other sleeve, but I just wanted to explain that quick of what I meant whenever I was going to sandwich in those bow straps. So, super cute! Hey guys, the dress is done, and laying back, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love it. I think it's so super cute. I think it's super Christmassy, but it can also, because of the color, be worn throughout the year. It's also short sleeve, so it's not like I don't have to not wear it in the summer or anything. I actually think that the pink, pearlescent pink, is kind of a nice summery color as well. So I'm really happy with the color because originally I did want it to be red because it just looks like a big present to me. I feel like a big present. And so anyway, I was initially kind of like disappointed about that, but I actually love the color. I am a little bit unhappy with the neckline, just like, I don't know. I wasn't going to do that originally, which I think I might have said, but originally it was just supposed to be normal, the lace was only supposed to be on the bow part. It's a jersey stretch knit, whatever, like it was pulling the facing up. And so I mean, even whenever I understitched it as well, usually understitching keeps it down, but because of the stretchiness of it and the weight of the ruffle at the bottom and of the bow, it was just pulling it down. And so I ended up needing to have to put in that lace to stabilize it because the lace is not stretchy whereas the neckline is. And so I like how it turned out, but I wish that I had the other lace to put in it, like to make it match. It's not like it doesn't match because I mean it's the same color, but it's just like it just is different, which is totally fine. I still think it's really cute, but it's just like an element that I wasn't expecting to add, but I did need to add it, so it's like, you know. Anyway, so those are my thoughts. I really love it. I think it was actually super easy. Like the slowest part of the dress was actually the bow straps, and that honestly wasn't that slow, as well as the neckline, because I had to undo it and redo it and kind of finagle it around. And also, if you're following this and you use lace to stabilize it as well, beware. Make sure that it fits over your head, because mine fits over my head. Maybe I just have a big head, but I'm like nervous that I'm gonna pop stitches. I don't think I will. It's not that bad, but it is like I am like like pulling it down on my face. So also make sure that you like do your makeup or something before you wear the dress if you have the lace and that shit. So those are my thoughts, and thank you so much for watching. And if you're still here and you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a subscribe. That way I can go ahead and keep making these videos for you guys, making content like this, because I really enjoy it and I am making it for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, let's get on to the video montage picture part of it. So thanks guys, bye.
Oh, am I not supposed to be?
You don't have to. I was just gonna walk across.
Not the dogs for free.
Yeah, don't go my feet with it. I'm just kidding. The dogs